Al's garage was an old, dark, 4-story building on the corner of the street where the dance studio was. The old and dark part got to me, and my stomach twisted. I had never prayed in my entire life. I had never had a reason to. But this time seemed as good as any. Please, God, if you exist, don't let me be too late. I halted at the main entrance of the garage. Shit, what now? How would I find her? Closing my eyes, I inhaled deeply and released my senses. I wasn't sure what I was looking for, how it would feel, and how I would identify it, but I knew the air felt different whenever there was distress, when something was happening. The first floor felt fine, the second floor too. At the back of the third floor, something dark and heavy loomed. My eyes shot open and I darted to the nearest stairs. I climbed the steps 3 at a time. On the third floor, I found Ellie closing the trunk of her car right in the front of the building. "Mirella?" she asked, walking around her car. "Did you park around here too?" Now what? I didn't even have a car. What should I tell her? Not really." She cocked her head. "What do you mean?" The something dark and heavy moved. My head snapped in its direction. There was nothing there, but I couldn't see much because of the weak lighting. "We should go." I was going to the pizza place." The darkness came closer and closer. I shoved her sweatshirt at her. "This is yours. You have mine." She looked down at herself. "Really?" "Yes. I have my name written on the tag." I showed her the tag of her sweatshirt. "See? No name here." She chuckled. "You didn't have to come all the way here for it. I would have noticed and brought it to you next class, washed and ironed." "Yeah, well, I didn't think of that." I extended my hand to her. "Can I have my sweatshirt, please?" With a frown, she took off the sweatshirt, leaving only a tank top covering her upper body. "Here." She pushed the sweatshirt to me, and then put on hers. "Thank you." I clutched my sweatshirt as the heavy feeling, the dark feeling, became stronger. "You should get going. The girls will be worried." She still looked at me as if I were crazy. "Right." A loud beep echoed through the garage as she locked her car. "I'll see you around." I waved at her. "See ya." She turned and started walking toward the staircase. I thought staying put would look creepier, so I walked away from her, closer to the darkness. I glanced over my shoulder. Ellie turned into the staircase and climbed down. Holding my breath, I halted. The feeling was suffocating. It was hot, heavy, and slick. It felt like oil, but there was nothing in front of me. Until there was. I turned to run to the staircase. The masked men appeared around me, just like that, appeared, out of nowhere, like shadows. But they were real, very, very real, and very, very big. My heart raced. What was this? The warning from the Romani woman? Was this death coming for me? Wearing all black, the 8 men closed in on me. On instinct, I looked into their eyes. Big, black eyes and little white. Bald with pale skin and a black mask covering the lower part of their face. I swallowed and tried to think through the panic rushing through me, threatening to take me under. I had come here to save Ellie, hadn't I? Now she was safe, and I had to save myself. "What do you want?" I asked, forcing my voice to come out loud and clear, and failing miserably. Looking at me, the men extended their right hands, and a thin sword appeared from dark smoke. Just like that. Again. Holy shit. "What do you want?" I repeated the question. For some reason, I thought they wanted me. But if so, why did they kill Layla and come after Ellie? "I don't know about them, but we're gonna play," a new voice said. I turned and saw 3 men behind the masked men, also holding swords in their hands. But these men weren't masked or wearing black. The guy in the center stared into my eyes. "You okay?" Ensnared by the intensity radiating from him, it took me a second to answer. Yeah.